Hello and welcome. We are once again arguing about manga versus Western comics, which seems like a really silly kind of argument to have. It keeps going around. It's the same people with the same positions over and over again. Essentially, I'm pretty sure this is just mostly for most people, just kind of like a grift to get clicks and attention so that they can monetize, their Twitter feeds and stuff. Like that's what I think is mostly going on here. Cuz you'd say like a hot take and the next thing you know, you got 700 people arguing in your comments, and you are getting a cut of that sweet, sweet Twitter ad money. At least if you are, you got your blue check. But I think Kelsey Shannon here kind of encapsulates a lot of my thoughts on this. When I first started coming to the States, the take on manga was big eyes and speed lines, which that's kind of the style. I quickly noticed it was about motion and emotion. People talk about cinematic comics being widescreen panels, but it's pacing. Manga is the king of this. That's why it's popular. And I would also argue that a lot of manga looks pretty darn similar to, or better than, a lot of Western comics. As an example, I just grabbed these books, okay? These are the two nearest comics of each style of the same character that I had available. So I got the Joker manga and I got the Batman Adventures Continue manga, or comic, which I haven't read. Like, I am 6 or so issues behind in reading this. Like, I can't bring myself to read it for whatever reason. Meanwhile, I keep buying it though, like a sucker. Meanwhile, I devour the Joker manga. So let's just open up here and see what the books look like on the inside, right? I mean, that's fair. People say Western comics look so much better than manga. They got so much more detail, so much more stuff going on in them. Okay, so here's the style from a recent mainstream Western Batman comic book. Okay? So I think this is probably kind of a good page to look at because it's actually got like two, three different styles on it. Because there's like the airbrushed, like this could have just been screenshotted right out of the Batman cartoon from the intro sequence. You know when they show his head, and then they've got the like the airbrushed look to it. That's pretty darn close. You got a lot of detail on Ra's al Ghul's face. We got some less detail in other places. Meanwhile, let's just open up this Joker manga, and I don't know. What seems like a good place to open up to? Oh, weird. Look at that. Every panel's got lots of detail. There's no color, but it's well shaded in gray tones and stuff. There's a lot of detailed art. It's dynamic. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Let's look over here. We got people awkwardly standing around. Got a headshot on Ra's al Ghul where he's not really showing any emotion. We got Poison Ivy on the phone. There's very little in the way of backgrounds in most of these panels. They're just kind of gradienty. Let's go back to the Joker manga. Let's see. We got a lot of emotion on everybody's face. Joker's cackling like mad. Detective Gordon's going crazy. We got backgrounds in most of these panels. The one where we don't is because the Joker's basically hogging the whole panel and shooting a gun in the air. Weird. Now, these may not be typical examples. Like you could easily grab a Batman book by Jim Lee or something and get a very different experience. But this is what I had close. Like I was like, all right, what do I have that's comparable? Well, I got two Bat books. And this is what I get from the experience of those two Bat books. This whole volume of manga costs $9.99. This single issue of Batman The Adventures Continue Season 3 costs $3.99. Like 20 pages here. There's I don't know, 140 pages, something like that in this book. Have we got a table of contents? Yeah, so there's probably 140 pages in this book. Yeah, man. You need to make up your own mind on how you feel about these things. But as far as I'm concerned, like, as long as the book is fun, I feel like I got my money's worth. I don't particularly care if it's manga, if it's a Western comic. I can enjoy both styles. And I don't know why other people seem to have so much difficulty with that. It seems like I'm a weird outlier. What about you? Like, I know I've talked about manga in the past, and I got like comments uh, that were really strange down in the comment section. I don't want to say what they some of the stuff that they said because it might get me demonetized off YouTube. But like I've seen some weird comments, not just in my chat, but all over the place on Twitter, other people's YouTube channels, saying really weird stuff about manga. So I don't know. There's a controversy here that I just frankly don't understand because I can enjoy this and I can enjoy this, and they're not that different from each other. They're both sequential storytelling in a graphical format. All right. Anyway, you all take care of yourselves, and if you're like plugged into the whole reason for this controversy, if it's not just like people trolling for clicks and stuff, then I really don't get it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. All right. All right. Take care. Bye bye.